you might remember that recently when Donald Trump was here in Las Vegas, in 104-degree heat, he told a crowd, quote, "I don't care about you, I just want your vote." Well, that's about the only thing he said lately that rings true.
4 years ago, Kamala Harris became the first black Indian American female vice president of the US. Now she's on the cusp of making history all over again. With Joe Biden dropping out of the race weeks after a disastrous debate against rival Donald Trump, Harris now has the best shot at being on the top of the Democratic ticket. She has Biden's endorsement and has quickly garnered support from top party leaders. There is also no major candidate opposing her nomination for president. After Biden ended his campaign, Kamala Harris released a statement saying, "I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation to defeat Donald Trump and his extreme Project 2025 agenda. We have 107 days until Election Day. Together we will fight and together we will win." But it's easier said than done. Kamala Harris is already seeing a wave of big money donor support. Moments after Biden dropped out, major donors who helped raise money during her failed 2020 Democratic primary fight were immediately mobilized. The Biden for President campaign filed Federal Election Commission paperwork to change its name to Harris for President. Harris can likely get immediate access to the Biden campaign's $96 million donation pot. Biden himself appeared to leave no doubt as to the legal ownership of that money. After he endorsed Harris, he followed that post with another on X, writing, "And if you're with us, donate to her campaign here." Despite Biden's blessings, not all Democrats are pushing for a Harris coronation. Former President Barack Obama has refused to endorse her, so has ex-House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Minority House Leader Hakeem Jeffries. If the Democratic Party does not come together to support a new candidate, that could set the stage for an open convention in August. President Biden had already won 3,896 pledged delegates during the Democratic primary contests. If there are multiple candidates, these delegates will be free to decide who to vote for. To secure the party nomination, a candidate needs 1,976 delegate votes. If not Harris, some of the other names doing the rounds are Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Some of these candidates could be considered for the role of vice president if Harris does ultimately win the nomination.
Portray themselves as the party of unity.
And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation, and they keep saying, he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week I took a bullet for democracy. What did I do against democracy?
Though Trump aides had wanted Biden to remain in the race, they were also preparing for the possibility of him dropping out and intensifying attacks on Harris. They will try to tie her to what they see as the Biden administration's failures and say that Harris is complicit in everything that occurred under Biden's watch. After Biden had made Kamala in charge of addressing illegal immigration linked to Mexico and Central America, Republicans are also blaming her for the border crisis. She's also been the administration's point person on abortion rights, which is another contentious subject this election. Nonetheless, the shakeup, which comes less than 4 months before Election Day, lays out new challenges for Trump's team, which had focused on contrasting his vigor and mental acuity with Biden's. With Biden stepping down and endorsing Harris, the landscape for Democrats could finally be changing in their favor. The vice president has garnered strong backing from top Democratic donors who had pulled out after Biden's debate debacle. Polls conducted right before Biden stepped aside showed Harris's polling numbers were slightly better than Biden's against Trump. Harris comes with some advantages. She could get the votes of some key demographics like women, young voters, and black voters. But she still lags behind Trump in crucial matchups. She's also not particularly popular, and her term as vice president has been rocky. Opting for Harris is a risk for Democrats, but at this point, there are no safe options for them. And the stakes are high, with a possible Donald Trump return looking extremely likely.